if you have a regulation you want, number one, we're not going to approve it because it's already been approved probably in 17 different forms. But if we do, the only way you have a chance is we have to knock out 2 regulations for every new regulation. So if there's a new regulation, they have to knock out 2, but it goes far beyond that.
Welcome to part 1 of my 75-part series on Mannequin, the movie that ushered in the matriarchy. Indeed, this Egyptian princess uses her magic to lure in the working class men into her trap, to build an army of disposable men that are duped into loving her so that she can take over the world. It's right there in the theme song, people. Yeah, Kim Control, I'm on to you. Now let's get started. What? What do you want?
I'm most displeased with your apparent lack of progress.
I know I was supposed to do Brazil, but Terry Gilliam is tough. This isn't some stupid college frat movie that some journeyman director did, or a stupid Ghostbusters remake made by a crazy homosexual. No, this is some real existential shit here. I mean, you got these David Bowie angel dudes, buildings growing right out of the ground, and giant samurai monsters, and midget baby masked army dudes, and whatever the fuck this shit is. Ah, shit. All right. I'll get started. I swear, he has been such a pill since the immolation. Walk it off, you pussy.
What is Brazil?
What is Brazil?
What is Brazil?
That's a very difficult one to answer.
Okay, everyone, here we go again. Another movie that's predicting the culture today. PCU predicted college campuses, and Ghostbusters showed us what social justice thinks about egalitarianism. But Brazil shows us what the world will be like if these incompetent monsters ever took control. And thanks to the deep state's war against Trump, Brazil is as relevant as it has ever been. Now, before I go over the plot, keep in mind that this movie is much more surreal than the other 2 I've done, which means there's many who are going to interpret what they say differently than what I see. Are they wrong? Yes. Brazil was created by Terry Gilliam in 1985 as part of his Imagination trilogy, at least how they've become known today. It started with Time Bandits, which saw repression through the eyes of a child.
Just a minute. What about the plot?
The what?
The plot. What the film is about.
I'm getting to that. Don't jump ahead. The trilogy and was wrapped up with The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, which saw repression through the eyes of a senior citizen.
Have you any famous last words?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is that famous?
Brazil saw repression through the eyes of a 40-year-old man in the prime of his life. The prime years when you are the most productive, when you are most able to make change in the world. Consequently, this movie is the most repressive of all the different movies. The plot is relatively simple. Sam Lowry, played by Jonathan Pryce, is a low-level bureaucrat who is happy at his job and his life. He is so enamored with his place in the world that he actively pushes against promotion, instead satisfied to be where he is.
I don't know what I would do if you ever got promoted.
Oh, God, don't worry about that.
No, but if they did promote you...
I've told you before, I'd turn it down.
Your poor father would be appalled at your lack of promotion. Whew.
Mother, I just wish you would stop interfering. I don't want promotion.
You've been promoted.
Look, Sam's been promoted to information retrieval.
Stop it! I'm not being promoted. I'm not going to information retrieval.
At least he believes that on a conscious level. He is so brainwashed by the society at large that he doesn't even really realize how unhappy he is. It's only when he sleeps can he push against the repression in his life. He has dreams of flying, of rescuing a beautiful woman, defeating the forces of evil around him. He doesn't know why he has these dreams, and in his waking life, he chooses to ignore them as simple flights of fancy. The world he lives in is beset by terrorism. At least according to the government.
What do you believe is behind this recent increase in terrorist bombings?
Bad sportsmanship.
The bombing campaign is now in its 13th year. Beginner's luck.
One terrorist they've identified is Arthur Tuttle. Unfortunately, thanks to a literal fly in the ointment, Tuttle is mistaken for Arthur Buttle. Buttle is a typical citizen with a wife and kids, but the machine spit out his information and everyone dutifully did their duty, taking Buttle by force and sending him to the interrogation and eventually his death. Sam discovers the mistake and gets it fixed.
It's debited against his account, not Buttle.
God, a mistake.
Well, at least it's not ours.
Isn't it? Whose is it?
Information retrieval.
And by fixed, I mean he makes sure his boss is not held responsible.
Well, send it to somebody else. Better still, send it to Buttle. After all, it's his jet.
The Central Collective Storehouse computer has got him down as deleted.
Hang on.
Information retrieval has got him down as inoperative. Deleted.
He's dead.
Dead? We'll never get rid of the damn thing now. What can you do, Sam?
Right into memory. Central banking. Veronica Buttle. Mrs. Deposit. There's a problem. She doesn't have a bank account.
I might just as well go and hang myself now.
Look, there is one solution. Drive out to Mrs. Buttle. Let her sign the back of the check. She can cash it at the corner sweet shop.
That's brilliant, Sam.
And sign the check there.
Do you know, I think I've broken the bone.
Yeah. I'll do it for you.
Oh.
I'll be on my way.
Sam? Well, good to me, you know.
During this process, he runs across Buttle's neighbor and is surprised to find it's the girl that's been in his recurring dreams.
Mrs. Buttle, are you all right?
It's you.
Wait, stop!
The girl is attempting to get through a mass of paperwork to free Buttle, unaware he's already been killed.
I want to report a wrongful arrest.
You want information adjustments, different department.
I've been to information adjustments. They sent me here. They said you have a form I need to fill out.
Have you got an arrest receipt?
Yeah.
Is it stamped?
Meanwhile, Tuttle the terrorist actually turns out to be an air conditioning repairman. He just does it outside of the bureaucracy, which cannot be permitted. He simply doesn't want to do the paperwork, and that makes him a terrorist.
You couldn't what? Couldn't stand the what?
Paperwork. Couldn't stand the paperwork. Listen, this whole system of yours could be on fire, and I couldn't even turn on a kitchen tap without filling out a 27B/6. Bloody paperwork.
I suppose one has to expect a certain amount.
Why? I came into this game for the action, the excitement. Go anywhere, travel light, get in, get out, wherever there's trouble, a man alone. Now they got the whole country sectioned off. You can't make a move without a form.
Sam becomes aware of him when his air conditioning breaks down and Tuttle fixes it. Understanding who Tuttle really is, and more specifically the terrorist he's not, combined with the discovery of this girl, awakens something in Sam. He decides to accept the promotion in order to find the girl and protect her.
Actually, Mr. Helpman, I've changed my mind. I've decided I'd accept the transfer. If I'm not too late.
To use the system to help someone, as he knows she will be targeted for asking too many questions.
You don't exist anymore. I've killed you. Jill Layton is dead.
Things, of course, go awry. He ends up on the run, but both get captured. Sam ends up going insane, stuck in a happy place created by his own mind. You can't fight the machine.